Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing another VOD for you. This is actually for Fluffy. Fluffy has written me a massive paragraph about the game, by the way. And also they've actually gone up to Diamond 1, which is honestly like really insane. So we're now into Diamond for Fluffy, which is absolutely insane. Nearly that Master's territory as well. So huge climb for them. And I'm just going to quickly read out their little message. So, hey Ali, this game was on Esperanza and I was in a trio with Eva, who was on the soldier on an old account, and the tank as well. They were with them as well. So we got ourselves a nice little trio queue, really nice. They're usually GM players. I feel as though I was able to get the most value out of my team. This means on the VOD you can focus more on the mistakes and misplays I made instead of the general struggle of having an inconsistent DPS. I like to say that the Ilari wasn't, or Ilari, sorry, I don't know how you pronounce her name yet, wasn't healing my tank, so we all agreed that I would pick up the lack of healing on him. Really great the Unity initiative there. Really great. Where was I? Though in this play session we lost one game, went from plat 3 to diamond 1, which is huge, where I currently am. I feel as though I was able to place my full potential, averaging 3 to 4k damage out per 10. I would love for you to give me some pointers on where I can improve. Further to the evening, I felt my confidence rapidly increase, which allowed me to focus on more on myself. First of all, like, huge congrats on the climb. It's going to be, like, honestly really great. That you've managed to get up there. Obviously, I've said to you in like the VODs that we've done before, Fluffy, that you are like a really good Mercy and stuff like that, and get yourself up to Diamond now is really great. I'm really intrigued to see how you play with obviously some higher ranked players and stuff like that. And I guess we'll just get into the VOD. Once again, if you want your own VOD views, you have 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch and I do them on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. We have ourselves on the cute little Florida Mayhem skin. I actually love this skin. It's actually one of my favourites from Overwatch 1. Like, I love the colour scheme and stuff like that. And the cute little Valkyrie weapon charm as well. You cannot go wrong with it. Looking at the comp as well before we start, obviously we have ourselves Winston. Winston doesn't really synergize too well with Mercy. The reason is because, like, especially when he goes and dives in, it's better if you have someone like an Ana or like a Kiriko that can either dive. Obviously, with Ana, you'd sit back and heal. With Kiri, you can also, like, just go in and help dive in with him as well. So with you can very much like damage boost him when he's going in, but just make sure you're trying to keep an eye on him. It might need to play like a little bit more aggressively, basically. Obviously, you have Soldier, main blue beam target. Junkrat is great to damage boost in like small corners and stuff like that. And we also have Ilari. I think it's Ilari. I think you pronounce it. Obviously, I've only played like one match with one so far, and I ended up actually doing a little bit more healing because they seem like very DPS-y, if you get me. But we'll go into the match and we'll see how you end up doing. So already doing great, putting your blue beam onto your soldier already. Really nice. I'm really intrigued as to see how Eva plays. If you guys don't know Eva, by the way, Eva's one of my mods and is honestly really sweet. They normally play Ana and stuff, so I'm also going to be really intrigued as to how they play soldier. Also, like, really love the use of cover here. Really nice. Obviously, Junkrat gets taken out. That is completely not your fault or anything. Okay, instead of doing this super jump up here like you're doing, you can literally just do a cancel GA and just hang about like around here basically. The reason is because I feel as though at this very moment in time, you still don't really know what comp they have, and you super jumping up in the air like this makes you very vulnerable to like this high ground where a lot of hit scans will play. In this kind of scenario, you are kind of okay. Like, you have obviously the BAP that could maybe come and like shoot you down and stuff like that, but it's just a lot better if you just like either do like a backwards GA or you just kind of like play far away basically. You don't basically, what I'm saying is like you don't need to be like in as much as you are right now. But it's fine. Nice heals. Nice flick on side damage boost as soon as you can. Really great. This is how you should position before. This is really great. Okay, once again, instead of doing like you've done like one of these over like vertical super jumps again for like no kind of apparent reason. I feel as though, like, especially when you get a little bit higher up, you need to have a reason to be using these like really high up like super jumps and stuff like that. Because if you're just using them like willy-nilly, like basically like how you're doing it, you're gonna get picked off by people. Okay. So I would have literally, instead of doing like what you've done here, because you can see that your Winston needs healing, and you know obviously your Ilari, like, well, obviously you don't know at this very moment in time that Ilari like is not helping heal, but what you can do is you can actually like go forward and just like grab the beam onto the Winston and GA back. That means that obviously you can either damage boost if he carries on attacking, or you can heal him up as he backs off, and then you can just rotate and be back with your soldier like you are. All right, but we'll keep going. Obviously ping the BAP, drops already to react to it. Really nice. Ooh. I feel as though this is a very kind of like, this is a misplay from you where you're playing too aggressively right now, okay? Let me just quickly rewind it back because I want to kind of talk to you like where we should have positioned here. So we talked about the super jumps and stuff like that. Really nice blue beam usage. I kind of say already, like you're using that blue beam really, really nicely. Nice how you played really far away. That's the point where I would have been like the back off and stuff. Right, so at this point, okay. You yourself do not need to peek this at all. Because you'll know that obviously like they'll be either wanting to attack like from here, or obviously they've lost the team fight, so they'll be like down here. So you essentially at this point do not want to peek this like whatsoever. You do not want to be anywhere near it. And if you see Eva run away, you run away as well, okay? Literally, you can just stand obviously where you are is perfectly fine. And just like, even if like Eva kind of like walks out of LOS to like contest a little bit, she will always like come back like this basically. So you can reconnect your beam if you need to. You can also stand like here and just kind of like peek like this as well if you want to. Because what ends up happening is you end up doing, once again, it's like one of these like random jumps that you don't need to do, and you're getting yourself put directly in the LOS of these guys, right? You just have to think to yourself, where is like the safe place for me to play right now, and just stay there. You are absolutely perfectly fine playing here. So if you're not being pressured out somewhere, just stay where you are. Alright? You do end up getting like a nice like little, oh okay, you don't, you actually end up dying here, which is really unfortunate, but it's all good. We'll go again. Hook hit. I mean, what's it called? Like, Roadhog's hook is just really buggy sometimes as well. Like, obviously, it's not as bad as, like, Hook 1.0, like, back when, like, Overwatch first came out and stuff like that. But still, it can hit some things that's, like, really not meant to. But yeah, so first thing to kind of, like, think in your head right now is, if I'm not being pressured from somewhere, if I'm not, like, you know, being, you know, if I'm not taking damage, I'm completely fine where I am, basically. Love how you're staying behind cover, though, waiting for your Winston to peek. Really nice. Lovely rotation round. Lovely, lovely. Really nice. You end up kind of losing your beam a bit, which is fine. Okay, as soon as you lose this beam, okay, and Eva's not going to peek you. Okay, because let's talk about this in like a normal rank perspective, right? Okay, yes, you have comms with Eva. So if you have comms, you'd be like, hey, can you like peek me behind, stuff like that. In which case, Eva could like move back for you, like here. But in like a normal comm scenario where you're not playing with people, you have to then think to yourself, okay, these guys are not going to peek me whatsoever. How can I like rotate up? Okay, you can use your junk right here. Use him to then fling yourself up, and then you can be back with your Eva. All right, but we'll keep going. Because at the moment, you're being basically like very AFK, like not being able to. Like, you could have been there to assist all of that like damage that Eva's just done. Alright, so just, if you can't see like a good movement option like for you at the time, then you, what's it called? Sorry, just let me like punching the robot. Yeah. But obviously, if they're not giving you LOS, find another movement opportunity to get there. Alright? I would not be on point here, which I'm hoping you're not going to in a second. Beautiful. Obviously, it's fine for you to be on there like while you're pushing it back round, which is great. But you are not the payload pusher here, you're Ilari is, so yeah. So nice position here. They have themselves a junk right now, so my only thing is I would actually start to play even further back, like towards here, as soon as you, what's it called? As soon as you see this this Junkrat. Because what's going to happen is Junkrat's just going to spam in like a general direction, like into here basically. And the closer you are to these guys, the closer you're going to get, what's it called? The closer you're going to get like to hitting these damage and stuff like that. So just be sure to play back here-ish, because then obviously you still have the blockage of like, because people are either going to peek from here or they're going to peek from here. Now the main place they're going to peek is this area and stuff like that, so you can literally just play right the way back here. Obviously, if you do see them like starting to peek from here, then you'll have to play a little bit more in. But for now, while you know this place is safe, you can just like play back here basically, just so you don't end up getting hit by this Junkrat spam. But love your use of blue beam right now, really, really great. It's fine. You're doing the absolute right thing here. My only thing is I would have maybe pushed in with your Winston here just to try and maybe get rid of the Roadhog and stuff like that. So as you can see, obviously this is completely fine with you just staying up on this high ground and stuff. Once your team's got a few picks, they're going to start backing off. At this point, you really want to get those stagger kills, right? So you could just GA and cancel to about here and just help out your Winston. You could also create this space to get this this res off. So I'm hoping that's what you're going to do in a second. No, okay. So what we could have done there is we could have literally just do what I said, right? Cancel your GA, use the Winston as pressure, because if you damage boost him, obviously he's going to do more and stuff like that. Hopefully he should like back off the Roadhog, but if not, give you some really good space for you to come on res just here, okay? You can use this cover like this. But we'll keep going. Once again, really nice. Use the cover and everything, doing the absolute right thing. Just playing up on the high ground with your soldier. Really, really great. Nice pings as well, just let people know that's where they're attacking from. Really, really great. Really nice. Nice use of like high grounds, stuff like that. Useful. I love your use of high grounds right now. This is really, really great. Fluffy. Okay, I absolutely love this team fight from you, okay? I'm just going to quickly go through kind of what, in fact, let me rewind it, because I want to kind of talk through, like, what you did, and it was really, really great, right? This is my only issue with this, right? I would have backed off a little bit more at this point, because whenever you see your soldier run away, you have to think to yourself, okay, he's running away, like, for a reason, so you should, like, try and back off anyways. So I would have backed off, like, I would essentially use the slingshot to get myself, like, back here, and then just, like, jiggle peek like this. I love this rotation. Up to here, this is really, really great. And then you rotate yourself up onto this high ground and you stay here. This is what you should be doing all the time. Like, when you're safe and you're not being attacked from anywhere, this is perfect. You're playing at such a safe distance. You're really, like, kind of forcing the team to come to you and stuff like that. My only thing is, there's sometimes where Eva is, like, playing a bit, like, further back, or, like, your soldier is just, like, playing, like, back here kind of thing. Like, for example, in that scenario, just try to be as active as you can with your blue beam. And try and, like, put it on, like, your Junkrat and stuff like that. It's, like, because obviously your Junkrat comes in to, like, eliminate this Junkrat and stuff. So what you can do is you can actually, like, come forward a little bit more and put your blue beam on those people that are being a little bit more active, okay? But we'll keep going. Obviously, you're pushing robot now, which is completely fine. Nice. I like that GA to try and get your beam back on. That's completely fine. If your Junkrat dies, that's completely his fault. Letting the pylon heal as well, which is really, really great. Nice heals. Okay, you should be able to hear this Roadhog now, okay? What's going to happen is this Roadhog's going to come up the stairs and try and come for you, right? So we now need to rotate in order to, so he can't get you. So your best kind of bet is to kind of like rotate kind of to here, because what's going to happen is you'll be able to see him when he comes. At that point, you just drop down behind here, and you could just do a prop jump to get yourself back up to like bait out that hook, basically. But you kind of playing like, even like here-ish is probably like your best bet, because you're not obviously having LOS there. You can still like come down, like come around to help your team, or drop forward depending on how far the robot's been pushed and stuff like that. So just like, you just need to basically be a little bit wary. Yeah, you see, yeah, love how you react to Eva there, backing off, really, really great. You need to back out quicker though. Okay, I like this Valk already, like, do not get me wrong, but I feel as though we hung about here too much, okay? Because you, like, it's very much you kind of, like, stayed here, it's like, oh, they're coming, the team's coming, right? Literally, whenever, like, your soldier backs off here, try to back off even further. So when soldier backs off, you need to, like, back off even more. I wanted to bait the blade. Oh, okay. That's actually kind of smart, not gonna lie. But I would have literally just played back here, and then once the team end up, like, starting to push in some more, then you can, what's it called? Then you can use your Valk. Because especially if you play, like, really far back as well, because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I love how you're trying to bait out the blade, do not get me wrong, but you doing it here is actually helping the Genji, okay? Because if you then, and then obviously like, pop Valk here and he's popped his blade, he is still with his team, kind of. Whereas if you're playing over here and you bait him to come and dash into you to use his blade and stuff like that, you can then just pop Valk and then just, like, obviously just, like, hang about, like, wherever, like, around here, for example. And then it leaves that Genji completely, like, away from his healing and anything from that. So it's like, you know, you can, like, boom, like, jump on him, you know? But we'll keep going. Obviously, I like this, I like this Valk, though. Can't do it, but you can rest that, though. Oh, okay. This res needed to be a little bit more quicker. Like, as soon as that res... Like, the thing with res, especially in higher ranks and stuff like that, is either you have to do it as soon as possible, or you have to, like, really, like, try and, like, you have to work people down and then go for the res, right? Because, obviously, you get into these higher lobbies now, I want you to, like, be thinking like a higher rank Mercy, okay? With this res, I would have literally, as soon as I saw the soldier, like, go really weak, bam, I would be in there. Love how you use the bubble, though. You end up getting boots about, which is a little bit unfortunate. Oh, and we're going in with the Glock, okay? I would put it away now. Put it away. Nice. As soon as you miss those first couple of shots, just think to yourself, I'm not going to do anything now, and I would have literally just, what's it called? I would have just damage boosted Winston to apply some pressure. Love how you switch that damage boost as soon as you can. Back away, because obviously you're scared of the tire, which is completely fine. Nice. Okay, my only thing is this GA, I would have not GA'd here, I would have GA'd across. The reason is because now you have this GA on cooldown and Hog is literally right here to hook you, right? And also, because what's going to happen is now the Hog's going to read you and be like, the Mercy's split, she'll need to go, like, back to her team and stuff like that. If you just did this rotation and just carried on with your Winston, then you're, what's it called? Then you're back here. Eva was gonna... What Eva will do is Eva will rotate back to this high ground. You can then use your Winston to either do a vertical super jump to get up, or you can just, like, start walking around, basically. So you essentially just, like... Whenever you're backing out, you want to find, like, the quickest way you can back out, and doing that would be basically GAing with your Winston. Because I feel like you might get hooks in a second. Oh, he doesn't actually end up hooking you. I want to see how close this was from his point of view, though. Let me rewind it a sec. Oh, this is fun. I never Overwatched, like, Hog POVs. So, obviously, he's seen you. This is fine. You're using the bubble and stuff. It's completely fine. It's this GA. You just need to GA with your Winston here, okay? What ends up happening is he'll go for this hook. Oh, he was a little bit late. But if he was a higher ranked Hog, he would have got you during your GA, okay? So, you essentially just want to, what's it called? You essentially just want to, like... go quickly as far back as you can, because you do end up just not catching it. Nice. Nice heals. Ooh, okay, unfortunate. Can't really do anything about that. You did the right thing of obviously trying to help Junk and stuff. I don't like that super jump. You could have, like, at this point, you could have just done a cancelled GA and just, like, hovered down here. Because you doing a super jump up here is, A, putting you in LOS of all these guys, but also, B, increasing your GA cooldown. You can literally, while your Winston is just here, especially when he jumps up like this, you can use that height just to cancel your GA and just play behind this wall, right? And then, obviously, if as soon as you're, like, your Winston falls, you can then just GA, and I would just GA, like, as far back as you could, basically. Let's see what you end up doing, though. Ooh. Do not ask me how you got that res off. Let me quickly go back, because I want to kind of look at it. So this is fine. You obviously stay in. You need to get your beam on a little bit quicker, but that wouldn't have saved him, so it's absolutely fine. Yeah, it's this point when you GA, and then you just casually just, like, super jump up like this. You don't need to. You could just, what's it called? Yeah, this is because what's happened is your DPS are still, like, respawning and stuff like that. Like, they're not going to be back, basically, and like, this res is either just going to stagger your Winston so much, or it's going to get you guys killed off as well, especially because this Hog has this whole Hog active and stuff like that. Literally, at this point, I would just be looking just to get out with my AlphaAli. Like, just heading back here, or using your movement to jump up, like, onto this high ground. Just anywhere that's, like, away, basically, because this is just a lost team fight. Contemplating a res on me. Oh, okay. No, that's alright. But I don't think you would have got the res off either. Sorry, let's just go back to the res, right? I personally don't think you're going to get this res off, because I think Hog has hook at this point. So it's very much, if you go for this res, Hog is going to have his hook, and he's going to, what's it called, just hook you out of this res as well. So it would literally just be best to do a full, like, reset at this point, especially because you've lost your Junkrat as well. I think this is best for, like, a full reset. Use the high ground. Ooh. Unlucky. Okay. You could have saved this entire thing, by the way. So obviously you do end up resing, which is, like, completely fine. Obviously started damage boosting Winston and stuff like that. you could you kind of like GA over to here and then you get a little bit lost, right? Remember this, what's it called? You can literally just head up onto here, this high ground, and just peek like this, okay? And then if Junkrat decides to dive you, oh, quick, prop jump away, and like just either like stay AFK or you can drop back down, and you can like wait. If obviously the Junkrat comes onto you, then you back away. If Junkrat doesn't come onto you, then you can just re-peek it and stuff like that. But this would have been such a better high ground for you to use, like to play from. Obviously, you're not going to survive the blade though, which is like completely fine. And yeah, this is basically it's ended up being a really like massive staggered reset because you've done that res, right? Literally, as soon as you've lost those two and you know like they started using ults and stuff, just think, okay, that's good for us. They've used ultimates, so just get out. But anyways, we switched to Junker Queen now, which is really, really great to damage boost. Obviously, like especially when she's like a little bit more up close and everything, really nice. Love your rotation here. This is really nice. Love how you damage boosted AlphaAli as well whenever she like peaks. Just try to do that a little bit more often whenever you're like soldier. Obviously, I know your soldier's like your main blue beam, but whenever like someone else has got a better angle, try to damage boost that a little bit more. Hillary's gone. I'd Valk now. Okay, at this point, I would Valk. Okay. The reasoning is because you know Hog has used his hook, is going to be on cooldown. You can use your Valk and res this 100%, right? Let me quickly rewind and I'll show you. Because I feel like you've done the right thing of like staying back here. This is really, really great. Obviously, you expect your Hillary to help your, what's it called? Your Junkrat right now is completely fine. Okay, she dies. It's really, really great how you're staying back. You're helping Soldier. Really nice. Okay, instead of rotating in front, we should try to rotate behind, because then you're not put yourself in LOS of all these guys. But then as soon as he like kind of rotates like this, I would pop Valk, because you want to win this team fight, because they're gonna like push the robot in front, right? So what you can do, you can just pop your Valk and then quickly just go in for this res like straight away. Because even though, yes, she's out in the open, your increased movement with Valk is going to be, like, really, really great. You know Hog doesn't have his hook, which is going to be your main disturbance, apart from, obviously, like, Junkrat, like, booping you up and stuff. But, you know, that's Junkrat, you know? But, like, literally, like, you know he's used his hook. You can literally use your Valk straight away, come and res this. You're now 5v5 with, like, a really close team fight. You have your ults, like, you have, like, Tyre, you nearly have Visor. You can win this one really easily, okay? Let's see what you end up doing, though. We Valk a little bit later. Nice use of cover. Love how you're getting, oh, really smart here, okay? In case people don't know what Fluffy did here, right? Tyre can't kill people when it's in lamp, and obviously there's nobody here to like kill the lamp and stuff like that. Really, really great initiative to play, obviously above the window to start off with, which is really, really great. To try and destroy that lamp for the Junkrat Tyre. Really, really smart gameplay though, Fluffy. Really great. My only issue with this Valk is I would, like, you're playing very, like, still in danger of this window. Be sure just to try and GA and either, like, play down behind here, play around here, just so you're fully not in that window, and then, oh, I need to destroy lamp, like, just hop up here kind of thing, basically. So just, what's it called? Just kind of, like, play around here like this, basically, okay? Love how you tried, though. Unfortunately, your Junker Queen falls. Lovely use of robot to res, but I feel as though this once again just like a lost fight. Okay, good that you're damage boosting this, but remember you still got your Junker Queen and stuff like that. And it feels like at this point, especially with that last fight, you should kind of know now that your AlphaAli isn't really healing your tank. So just try, even like, especially because your soldier's being like whole hogged away like this, try to basically help your Junker Queen a little bit sooner. Nice. Whenever you see Junker Queen knife, by the way, it's very much like a Roadhog hook, where whenever you see like her use it, you can damage boost it, and obviously like she'll hook in and then she'll do like another shot and use like a melee as well to try and like get the kill. It's very much like a Roadhog hook where you want to try and damage boost as much of the ability as possible to try and get not so much a one shot, because you can't really one shot as much as you could like with a hog with a damage boost. But it's just a really good habit just to get into, just quickly flick it on and then carry on healing. Obviously, you don't have res, which is completely fine. You needed to heal or like damage boost here instead of getting the Glock out and stuff like that. Next battle, I need everyone close. Okay. Next battle, I need everyone to close their eyes and not watch banks. Okay. I'm gonna watch it, Fluffy. Damage boost here, just try and kill this Ooh, okay. Let's quickly rewind because I feel as though we've kind of lost stuff right now. Okay. So obviously, if the soldier dies, that's completely not your fault. I would have gone to heal here because you are like really like low on people. Like if you still had your res and if people were what's it called, if you still had like more people alive, which you don't because your Junkrat has obviously switched to Genji. And I think he's still in spawn or he's like somewhere basically. I think he's just come back, right? Obviously, you've just lost your soldier as well. You have to think yourself, okay, it's just my supporters. You now basically want to, like, keep these guys alive as much as you can because it's going to be really helpful and handy for you guys for going back, okay? So you just want to try and keep, like, as many people alive as you can right now. That's fine. Really nice ping. Obviously, you don't have res. Really nice. Same thing with the knife again. Try to just damage boost it. Okay. When this is kind of, like, where it goes a little bit, like, haywire and stuff like that, right? What should happen here is your team should shoot this lamp before shooting the Baptiste. But this isn't happening, okay? You literally at this point should, whenever the lamp is up, you have to realize, okay, we can't kill the BAP. So at this point, you can just stand here and heal. So you can just stand here, heal, wait for the lamp to go, and then you can go and, what's it called? You can then go and, what's it called? Damage boost. Because what ends up happening is you end up actually putting yourself in a lot of danger just purely by GAing in when you don't need to. And we give him a little teabag, which is fair enough. But giving it the teabag has meant that we have lost our Genji. Just remember where your Genji's gone as you do so. While you do the teabag. Yeah, because what's happened is your Genji's died because of the teabag. Like, get me wrong, I love a good teabag. Like, I feel as though it's, like, really funny to do some and stuff like that. But definitely, like, still try to keep an eye on your team as you do so, right? So, obviously, see Genji dash, he's gone up, right? If you want to do this teabag, you have to walk over and teabag and then J up. Just a quick little teabagging tips from me, I guess. But then you want to, what's it called? Try not to waste value. There's such thing as, like, you going up to try and damage boost him is not wasted value here. Because Eva's not back, Eva is completely not in the team fight. Your Jungle Queen is on point, she cannot do anything. Your Genji is basically coming up here to check there's no staggers, right? And if you can get people, it's really, really great. Now, what you should try and do is just, even if, like, this Genji's bad, but if there's no other option for you to beam and stuff like that, you should still put your beam on him and still help him, okay? Like, no matter how bad this cute little pink Genji is, okay, you should, like, still be up here with him, right? Because what would happen is you would essentially just stay, like, around here with him and keep your, like, positioning up and, like, stay damage boosting him and stuff. And then as soon as Eva comes back, you can just latch it back onto Eva, alright? So, obviously, we end up teabagging, and then we end up, like, losing him. If you were here with this Genji, this would have been not so much a kill, but he would have helps, like, keep up this pressure and stuff like that. He would have dropped down and then maybe, like, rotated around, which, obviously, you can then rotate back to Eva and then apply this pressure from here, okay? Because I feel as though this is your fault with this Genji dying. Because you've abandoned him, it feels like. But anyways, so... See, we're playing with Eva now, which is completely fine. It's really, really great. Really nice. Lovely, just going to go top her up. Really, really nice. Hillary, I don't know what she's doing, I'm not going to lie. That's not even your fault. That's how obviously you know helping, but just try and keep an eye on your Jungle Queen as well while you're doing this. Because I feel as though at this point you know that your Hillary is, like, not the best either. So just try to make sure that you know kind of like where your Jungle Queen is on the just in case. Yep, res that. Really nice. And then going for your Jungle Queen. Lovely.
They took the robot. Get it back.
Love how you waited there. Oh, okay. This was great. You waited here before you GA'd. Really nice. This GA, though, this should have just been a GA and just do a slingshot up onto here. Because it allows your soldiers to have this aggression. It also means you're not hanging about here for where the Genji could just come and dash into you. And, you know, you might not have your GA up and stuff like that. If you, like, try and get yourself as far away and then just, like, obviously damage boost your soldier up here, that's your best option right now. We end up shooting the Kiriko. Go on. She's 1 HP. I would have peeked her. I don't feel like that's... Hold on. Let me quickly rewind and watch this from like a third person perspective. Because I want to see what's it called. I want to see this this Genji. I don't know whether you would be able to help go in and help. So obviously helping Eva here, which is completely fine. Go in, try and get. That's completely fine. Put your beam back on. Okay. What happens over here? Because I don't know if this is your Ilari's fault for not healing. So he goes in to go challenge the Baptiste. Yeah, that's not your fault. That's all good. So playing up with Soldier. I would have maybe Valks, but this is maybe just me just like not being good with my Valks at the moment. But I would have like definitely, I think I would have maybe Valks here. Just so you could help this team, but also help you. Actually, no, that's not a Valk. No, never mind. Completely ignore me. Let me rewind. So, Genji dies. I would have gone in here. This is actually what I should have done. This is what you should have done, right? You should have come in to come and help your jungle queen here to round these people up, right? Because you standing up here with your soldier isn't really like helping do anything. And you have your Valk as well if you need that extra movement on the just in case things turn south over here, right? But you need to help with this aggression because you need to clear these guys up. Because you standing up here with like Eva isn't really like doing anything for your team right now. So what I would do is I would GA and cancel maybe like your Illary or maybe like a GA like slingshot to get yourself round to your jungle queen and just start like damage boosting her basically. So you would be around here, you'd start like damage boosting jungle queen. She probably wouldn't have got the kill because obviously there's bubble and everything like that. You could then go in and damage boost this this jungle queen ult, which would probably kill the Baptiste because obviously the damage boost with the anti-nade would kill him off right now. Yeah, which he does end up doing. And then you would have been here obviously to help heal Illary. And then you could have helped your jungle queen get this kill as well. But instead we've just stayed very AFK for this entire time, just being stood on what's it called. Nice hide from the tire though. Okay. We pop Valk. We go die to the tire. Oh, okay. I was about to say, whenever you hear tire and you popped your Valk, try to play out as much open as you can because obviously the tire can like scale walls and stuff like that. So you want to try and play like more out in the open. We have used Valk though, which I don't feel like was the correct thing. Go on, get your Glock out though. You got it. Go on. I believe. Okay, I back off now. Okay, as soon as you miss those couple of shots and Genji returns back to his team, that's it. You're like, nah, I'm done kind of thing, and you back off, okay? Because you end up getting yourself killed by doing this, okay? Dell's fault. Right, so what should have happened here is essentially we should have, as soon as you Glock like this, right? And then as soon as this Genji returns back to his team, you have to think yourself, okay, I can't do anything here. Start backing off. Your team is ready for you. Like, Eva's like, I think Eva was like main and stuff like that. You could basically like GA to them and then GA back to your jungle queen and stuff because obviously jungle queen's going to need help and stuff. So I feel that all of that was a very much a kind of like misplay. It kind of feels like, Fluffy, you're taking pocketing a little bit too literally for me. I'll talk more about it probably at the end of the VOD and stuff like that by what I mean. Because at the moment you're spending a lot of time just with Soldier, which is completely fine because obviously you know that's like your what's it called? That's your aim. Please help Junker Queen here because Illary's not back. You need to heal here. Okay, this is really good that you're pushing with this visor and stuff, but whenever Soldier doesn't have LOS, like when he was like back here and stuff like that, be sure to heal up Jungle Queen, because right now your Illari like isn't back because you know you just passed her and stuff like that when you were coming back. So you just need to kind of top people up whenever you can. Damage boost. Oh. Okay, let's quickly rewind. I want to talk about this, right. So, This is fine, the initial damage boost. This is great. This is really, really great. Yes, nice healing. I would stay healing here though, right? Because what's going to happen is all these guys will be backing off, right? This soldier is not going to be able to kill anyone right now, okay? So then you can, what's it called? You now need to heal your Junker Queen. Heal your Junker Queen while soldier to have LOS. Once soldier has LOS again, and I'm not, like, this is, by the way, this is LOS of a squishy. This isn't LOS of the Zarya, because Zarya obviously is, like, full charge and stuff like that. So you need to, like, go in and heal here, okay? This is fine. You need to heal more, though, here. Like, we need to, like, focus a little bit more on Junker Queen a little bit more here. Especially because it feels like Illari does very, like, little damage and stuff. Sorry, little healing, at least from what I've seen, apart from, like, her pylon and stuff like that. Once her pylon gets destroyed, it feels like she doesn't do too much. But that's just from my, like, one game literally playing, like, with one on my team so far. Okay, we see this window. This is not a res opportunity for you at this moment in time. But you can hear your Illari, who is stood right next to you, is going to pop her face the sunrise thing. I don't know what the ult's code, but anyways, she'll go flying up in the air and be like, face the sunrise, right? Go and damage boost that. You can damage boost that to help create space. If it latches onto people, really good damage boost. What will happen is when people will get stunned with it and stuff like that, they'll think, oh my gosh, like, and they won't want to take more damage, so they will back off. Once they backed off, then you can go and heal. Alright? Because what ends up happening is you end up still, like, peeking this this window a bit, and then you use the grab to res, which is just made me giggle. That's obviously helping your Junker Queen though, really nice. Really nice how you're pushing up with her here. Unfortunately, she ends up getting fallen again. That's not your fault. You did the that's what you should be doing, trying to do every single fight, or trying to push up with people. That is what you did there was really, really great. Use help Illari though. Okay. I know we would have got Illari out, but we need to at least put a beam on it to, like, help. Nice beams though. I would have done a beam to be with soldier there. Yeah, I would do that a little bit sooner just to be with him. This is fine that you're making this rotation with him though. Really nice. Nice commitment with him. That's fine. Nice escape. And you do end up... Did you win or I'm guessing you lost, right? Did you lose? Let me quick go back. Cause, like, I don't know what it looked like. Lose? Okay, so this is your one loss, I'm guessing. Yeah, you did the right thing on this last fight, by the way, of going in to go commit with your soldier. Like, definitely did the right thing. You got to hide, and then that was completely fine. All right, so Fluffy, let's start with some really good positives, right? I feel as though, like, your gameplay steps up really well, and that's purely because it feels like that you trust people more. But I want you to now take that trust that you've now built with, like, you know, obviously having some, like, obviously higher, like, rank people and stuff like that. You really trusted them, right? But it felt like you just completely did not trust the rest of your team, which shouldn't happen, at least directly from the get-go and stuff like that, right? So, essentially, what I would do is... Oh, how do I want to word this? Like, it's good that you're, what's it called? What shall I say? Okay. I feel as though you're only focusing on damage between those two people that you know are really good on your team. When... Oh, it's the... Okay. It feels like a lot of the time you're abandoning people when you should be helping them because you're in this mindset of, oh, but they're rubbish anyways, right? It doesn't matter if you're absolutely terrible. You should be still trying to help keep them up with your healing because it's better to have that person alive and maybe get a few shurikens off or maybe, like, do something rather than not having them whatsoever, okay? So there's been a few times where it's very much like you should be trying to help them and instead you're still with your soldier with Eva. So I want you to try and work on being more active within a team fight and going in to go on, like, damage boosts and stuff like that, right? So essentially, like, there's been certain times where your Junker Queen wants to go in to go and finish some kills, or basically someone wants to go in and go and finish people off, right? So essentially, whenever someone doesn't have a good angle, like, for example, when Eva doesn't have a good angle, then you need to be going in with someone else to help try and just get in some more damage, right? So a really good example was when you were stood AFK on like the high ground with the soldier, right? At that point, you should be going and rotating down to help your Junker Queen finish off those kills and help in there. Because remember, you still had your Valk as well as like an escape route in case you needed it. And you also obviously had you had comms with Eva as well. So it's very much you can communicate that, right? Reses, apart from that one on the Winston and the one that was in the grab, seemed okay to me and stuff like that. But essentially, you just want to, what's it called? I feel as though you just need to push that blue beam more onto other people and really like try, not so much like stake, because I know Mercy's whole kit is to like kind of like enable one person, but it doesn't have to just be one person. Like obviously, you know, it should be you should say with your soldier, enable your soldier as much as you can, but whenever soldier isn't getting that like being like, you know, being able to be enabled, you should then be trying to help someone else and try to enable someone else a little bit more, if you get me. But apart from that, it's just general like kind of like game sensey stuff a little bit more as well, where it's like obviously if Baps in lamp and stuff like that, you should try and like heal and stuff like that. But yeah, basically one of my first games that I played. This is me basically playing with randoms. The games forward, you can actually see me trust Eva and fully, and I feel as though I play instantly better. But I was so scared and stressed. Literally, like, what I do. This is a tip that I do right from my game. Okay, unless if I know the person on my team and I know them personally and I know that I do not trust how they play and stuff like that, then I will full-heartedly throw myself at them and be like, I trust you with my complete life. Obviously not like complete life, but obviously, you know, you want to play your own life and stuff like that. But you, like, I put my absolute, like, whole soul into, like, enabling them and helping them, okay? Up until they prove to a point where, not really doing so great and stuff like that, which is obviously when I'll switch, like, my main blue beam target to whoever's doing better, or I'll switch off Mercy completely, right? In the scenario, I feel as you did really well with that, with, obviously, you know, knowing that Eva was the really, like, good blue beamer, right? But there's still, like, I'm not saying your Genji was rubbish, because your Genji and your Illari seem to do okay as well. But it's, you still, like, need to put your blue beam on them and help enable them as well, not just, like, leaving them. But yeah, for Vouch, so I had immense trust issues. Just chuck yourself in there and be like, I trust you, you know, kind of thing. It's like it's like doing a trust fall with like a random stranger on the street. But these are like people that are like really like prepared for these trust falls, and they'll like be ready to catch you, kind of thing. But yeah, I did mention if we find a DPS playing better than me, then play for value. Like I don't feel bad. No, exactly. Which I feel as though is another thing as well, like, as quick tip, just for anyone that queues with, like, other people and stuff like that. If you're playing with, like, a duo, for example, this happens a lot with me when I play with duos, right? I had this, I'll tell you actually, the other day, right? I was playing with one of my mates, right? He is a absolutely amazing, deep, like, hit scan player and stuff like that, right? I was playing with him on an alt account, and he was on an alt account as well, right? We ended up coming across a extremely good Pharah player, right? Now, I'm not going to just stay and stick with my soldier, because Pharah is obviously the better to go and damage boost and go and do and stuff like that. But obviously, if Pharah dies or Pharah doesn't have a good angle, then I go and damage boost soldier. I'll also go and peel for him and stuff like that, right? It's essentially like, don't be locked on to one person because you're just with that person. And with that being said, I feel as though that's kind of the conclusion of the VOD. So Fluffy, please ask me as well if you have any more questions on the VOD. But once again, thank you guys so much on TikTok. No, not on TikTok. Well, anyway, thank you to all my TikTok followers. Anyways, hi. But thank you as well to everyone on Twitch as well as on YouTube who've been watching this. Once again, you can get your own VOD views. For 5,000 channel points on my Twitch. I do them on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. You literally earn them by just watching the streams. And obviously, you come and talk to my lovely community, or you're more than welcome to come and lurk as well. Whatever floats your boat, basically. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!